hopefully we'll get some misfits in here. I'm going to put my intro on, and then we'll have at it, because, oh boy. Oh boy.
Home in the valley, home in the city, home isn't pretty, ain't no home for me. Home in the darkness, home on the highway, home isn't my way, home I'll never be. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. Time is the essence. Time is the season. Time ain't no reason. Got no time to show. Time everlasting. Time to play these sides. Time ain't on my side. Time will never know. Burn out the day. Burn out the night. Now I want to tell you what's wrong from what's right. I've seen suns that were freezing and nights that were blue. But I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. Burn out the day. Burn out the night. I can't see no reason to put up a fight. I'm living for giving the devil his due. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you.
Alrighty. It's been a long freaking hump day. I'm wiped out. But don't worry, I won't fall asleep. That'll never happen. Well, I guess you can never say never. But yeah. Hopefully never. I think I slept for 45 minutes last night. If that. I'm dragging. I hope everybody had a good Wednesday. Day. I was in and out. I listened to Nonsense's stream. Good stream, by the way. I still haven't got to listen to Clues. I have to catch up. I don't know. Because I was busy today. I had to. I had a lot to do, but it feels like I got nothing accomplished. You ever have days like that where I don't know? It just sometimes you just feel like, why am I doing? Am I wasting my time? Is it making a difference? Does it matter? And pretty much I kept telling myself, no, it doesn't. But I'm not giving up. So there's that. At least it didn't rain today. That was the plus. There was actually a little breeze. It was only like in the mid 80s. So, let's see how that. Hey, Robin. Hey, Purple Dragon. Good to see you. Hey, sis. You should have been a detective. Hey, Shauna. Hey, Jerry P. What do you want, Sir Duke? I don't have no treats out here. Exit left, please. Get out of my cords. If you bite my cords, that's it. It's all over. Pile zoom to the moon. And he went right to biting the cord. Jeez, oh man. Hey, Wise Mom. Hey, Darby. See? Good to see you. Hey, J Fox. Hey, dogs. It's good to see you, dogs over humans. Thank y'all for coming in. I know it's kind of late for me, but I got to get one in when I can get one in. Um, and by the time I got home, it was after 2, and then I had to get dinner ready for the kids and straighten up a little bit, take care of the dog, because Lord knows he needs his million walks a day. Feed this oversized feline. And then I spent time with the kids. Figured I'd do a later night 5. They needed some attention, so Dallas had homework and yeah. Hey, Rebecca. And I had to get everything ready for all her science projects. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I didn't do all those science projects. I wish we would have. She's making a lava lamp. I mean, we didn't do that. The best we ever did was dissect a worm and a frog. That was it. The rest was always reading chapters in the books. We didn't do water tables and I mean, yeah. Anyway, I'm glad they do because it makes it interesting and it keeps the kids interested. It's only 6:10 here. There. Good. I think I'm gonna do something I said I wouldn't do, but I have got to get some sleep. I need some sleep. And my doctor gave me something to help me, and I've not touched it, and I said I wouldn't, but I need some sleep. I don't know. I've tried melatonin, it doesn't help. I mean, what he gave me is non addicting, nothing like that. But it's supposed to help, and I just don't like taking anything. But I need some sleep. I've never had bags in circles, not like I do now. So who knows? Maybe tonight. I'm afraid though, because if my little has a nightmare, he's gonna need me. I'm, you know, that's why. But that's why I had it. That's why he prescribed what he did because I told him I don't want to be zombied out. I have littles and I don't want anything that's gonna make me dependent on it to sleep. So I don't know. But I can't keep going. I know that. Yeah, I'm going to tonight. I think I'm going to. I didn't want to, but I need to sleep. It's been 6.5 weeks since I've had more than 2.5 hours sleep, and I'm dragging. Yeah, I know. Then my brilliant idea decides, well, you can't sleep. Let's rip the closets apart. Yeah, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. But boy, do I got a bunch of shit to put on the foster parent page, see if anybody needs clothes. My dog's finally laying down. He drove me nuts. He is so spoiled. He knows I'm talking about it. He's looking right at me. He's looking at me. He's like, I hear you. Anyway. So anything exciting? Hey, Rocky, anything exciting today? I take half of my night meds. Start with now. Oh, it's real low dose. Um, it's just ambient. It's not. Yeah, it's not nothing major. Because I wouldn't. I thought him on it to begin with, but I think he's right. I think I do need something. Maybe just for a night or two to get my body back into wanting to sleep. I literally fight sleep, but it catches up. Oh, I, I wish. Oh, I go to sleep. I just can't stay there. I wake up crying all the time. I hate that. My kids think those two lights in the sky is an alien spaceship. Yeah, they had this whole story about it tonight. They finished off their state every night. We walk the dog at the same time, um, and we take flashlights and stuff, because we're on the road, in case a car comes. But they have this whole story. These two lights in the sky are this alien spaceship. It was funny tonight. They had me laughing. Grateful middle-aged cat mama. Cool name. I'm an over the hill cat mama, so I'm good with that. I agree. Working. I love my kids. What about you think? Yeah. Oh shit! Did I take my medicine this morning? Yes, I did. Okay. Whew. I had to look at the pill thing because if I don't, I won't. Yeah. I was in such a rush this morning. Hey, Bree. Your kitty's 18? That's awesome. That's amazing. He's had a good mama. That go home life. 18. Wow. Sir Duke. Hefty duty. He was about, they estimated between 9 to 12 months when he was rescued, when he was found. And he looks like a baby still. Oh, I had a little wee stuff. That's what her name was, wee stuff. She was really inbred. She never grew. She stayed a kitten size her whole life. She lived 14 years, but she was so tiny. I had her and Titty Turbo, and they died within weeks of each other. But he was older than her. I think they did everything together. And then I rescued Sir Duke years later because I didn't want to get any more animals. But yeah, that's never going to happen. And I've had Sir Duke, well, like I said, they said he was 9 to 12 months old. Let's see, how long have I had him? Let's see, mine only is 18 and 19. About 12 years. Amy and Larper and Grifter Hunter. Oh, God, we're going to need you tonight. Oh, Betty, she's on one. Hey, Marcy. Oh, that woman. The Delusions. Uh, And BJ, you need to stop with the fucking excuses. Just own your shit, for Christ's sake. Just own it. But girl, do true crime a favor and stop doing true crime because you're awful at it. I mean, your riveting commentary. Wow, that's wild. Wow, wow. What the? You're talking about people being murmured and stuff, and you're like, wow, that's wild. Wow. What? That's sad when the people in your chat have better commentary than you do about what you're talking about. You don't even research what you're talking about. I mean, had you'd have known that SF Investigates was in that video, that it was about his interview. You didn't even know that, you dingbat. I can't with these stupid ass. And how do people support that? Hey, Jay Fox, good to see you. I don't understand how she gets so much support. I'll never be able to wrap my head around it. Never. Nope. I think it's because a lot of them feel I know more than she does, at least. Hey, I'm smarter, At least I know about the case. And Wiggs, girl, that mouth. Will you please quit trying to swallow your mic? Because it's awful. And quit yelling all the time. No one cares. And you sit there and enable her. And you're not a good co-host because you just let the silence roll along. I'm like, ugh. She must have put Craigie Boy in timeout again. Actually, she should let him go because at least he's entertaining. I mean, it's better than Snoozy, who can't stay awake, can't remember where she's at, shows you the same thing over and over again. It's like, geez, and in the same live, not even different lives, the same live. It's like, oh. Not at all. She doesn't do a damn thing to help her. And sometimes I wonder if it's on purpose. Or I think she actually fell asleep last night. Like I said, look, I get being tired. I get it. But I can't sit here while I'm live talking to you and fall asleep in the middle of a conversation. No, no. How do you do that? You're in the middle of saying something and you conk out. Come on now. And I know chasing, I like chasing. She does some really good shit. She does. Um, but she was showing people nodding out and stuff, showing people what nodding out really is. Nah, chasing, I got to call you on that. Because it depends on what you're using and how much you're using. And it also depends on the person. Because everybody's different on what they can tolerate on the amount and level they can go. You can't. There's different not. It's not that there's. I don't know how to explain it. I've seen what she was showing. She went on Skid Row and was showing people that abuse the methadone, get mega doses. Okay, you got to remember something. They're on high maintenance because of the amount of substances they used in the first place. And probably a lot of them are still using both. And a lot will get the dose for the day and take it all at once. So that wasn't comparing that to what Brittany does. No, can't do it because it's different. It's totally different. A heroin addict's going to take a hell of a lot higher dose of a maintenance medication, especially someone that was shooting up and stuff for years. They're definitely going to be taking a higher dose. So that to me was a moot point. I get where she was going with it. I get what she was trying to do, but no. And there's a difference between addicts as well. And you're talking about methadone compared to Suboxone or Subutex. Big difference there as well. Anyway. Exactly. Say fuck. It's insanity. Hey, like I said, I don't know what her issue is. I've always said that. Don't care. That's for her and her family to deal with. They choose to enable her. They choose to deny. That's on them. All I know is I've had asthma all my life. I won't tell you what stage, but I have COPD. It's bad. And I don't sound like that. Do I truly believe she has asthma? Nah. I seen her so-called play with her inhaler that, she would claim she only used once a year. And then boom, when she was getting called out for it, I use it all the time. Here it is, shut up. That was all fake and put on. And if you had true asthma, you'd have breathing treatments and everything, girl. Yeah. Well, yeah. It still does. Yeah. It's just because she's tired. Well, honey, I'm exhausted. And I can't nod out like that. I would welcome nod out and stay asleep. No. When you're exhausted, you're not. Okay. I'll say it. I'm going to say it. I had a nephew that was addicted to pain pills. Hey, Mystic, good to see you. He would nod out like she did. But when he couldn't get the pain pills anymore and he went to the hard stuff, it was a whole different nod out. But when he was on his pills, his nods were just like that. He'd be sitting there talking to you and then, right back and try to continue the conversation. Chicken, bananas. I love that name. She doesn't even have a nebulizer. No. I've had one for years. Like I said, that's on them. Knock yourselves out. Leave the true crime cases alone because you suck at it. You're awful. Your commentary sucks. You don't sit there and talk about somebody being murmured and say, wow, that's wild. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Such riveting commentary. And Betty, okay. Look, I know what everybody, I know there's people saying, Queen didn't win. Nobody won. Do you really just think about this for 1 second? Okay. We're gonna go over this. Oh, and Betty started her other channel back up, Bullhorn for President. Yeah, we're gonna look at her live she did in the middle of the night. It's only like 10 minutes. Okay. I've been involved years ago in a civil suit, not as a defendant, as a plaintiff. It was medical malpractice, but civil. They rip your life apart. I mean, they ripped our life. They followed us everywhere. They had private investigators going to my husband's job. It was insane. It was the worst 3 years of my life. Um, Betty brags that he was going to win. Okay. Do you really think if Betty thought for one red second she was going to win all that money, she was going to win a judgment against Queen Bee, that she would have agreed to any kind of settlement? Come on now, think about it. We're talking about bull scorn. To her, $500 is a big win because it's money she didn't have to work for. Betty knew she didn't stand a chance from day one. Betty's whole intent, she made clear, was to burn through Queen Bee's money. She always made that clear. I think, and this is just my opinion because I've been there after the deposition, Betty knew for sure. Betty knew. Betty also knows that that deposition is going to come out. And you can't spin a deposition. There isn't all these different versions of it. There's one version of a deposition. That's it. That's all. Also, Betty didn't have the money to do the deposition she needed to do. They are thousands of dollars. And she would have had to hire a lawyer to do the deposition. She'd have had a hard time with that one. Betty can't work with a lawyer. Why do you think she goes through so many in her criminal case? But we're gonna watch this because I got some things to say here. It's not very long, and then I'm gonna read to you what Burnt Toast posted in order, and you can decide what you think because you have your own minds, and you can think what you want. You've never seen anything like it. Mystic, you emailed me or something, didn't you? I'm gonna check because there's you, and I want to reach out to Kenna too. Hey, hindsight. I need to talk to you all about something. Anyway, this clown, and I know I did just a generic thumbnail, but I was in a hurry. It was the last minute decision to even go live. Honestly, my kiddos are the one that says, "Mommy, you need a break. Go have some fun. Do your live." They have no idea what I talk about though, because I don't talk when they're around me. They're not allowed out here while I'm live. It's none of their business. They're children. They don't need to hear none of this. They will never hear any of this. They will never be part of my lives. Not this stuff. Never. But yeah. Okay. Okay. Betty, you had to turn over yours as well, which you did not. Betty, you're a liar. It wasn't because you were gracious. Not at all. There's not a gracious bone in your freaking body. You knew you wasn't going to win, Betty, because it came out in the deposition that you knowingly lied. And I believe you're the one that wanted the settlement, Betty. Just saying. Hey, Lavender Dreamin'. Cool name. You can't hear her? Oh, don't tell me you didn't share again. What is with StreamYard not sharing? Every time I got to do it 3 or 4 times to get it to share screen. Get it together, StreamYard. Okay. There we go.
We cover true crime. And so I wanted to go over, because people have been hounding me. This is about all I'm going to say about my, the court proceedings with Queen Bee. The court proceedings are now over. And that was at my graciousness, not hers. We were getting up to where I was going to be forcing her to turn over a lot of discovery, including her finances. We were about to go to court for several motions for compel. I'm exhausted with this case. Her attorney wanted to speak.
Bitch, you brought the case. What are you talking about? You filed the case. The frivolous Lolcow lawsuit that you knew you wasn't going to win. Shut the hell up. You thought it was going to be an easy win like crude, and you'd put a couple bucks in your pocket. That's exactly what you thought. Oh, Trisha, thank you. Oh, she sent everybody over here. Thank you so much.
About possibly settling this case so I can focus on other things. As many of you know, this was after Charlie Kirk was executed.
Stop using that man. You lied and told them it was because you had to go to a family member's funeral. Stop exploiting what happened to that man. Leave him alone. You were nobody to him. And that had nothing to do with it. Jesus. Thank you, Trisha. Thank you. Welcome, Bushes. Hey, TRPPs. Good to see you. Regina, good to see you. Flo, Beach Life, Dina, Pistol Amy. Welcome in, everybody. Please do. I don't have BJ on, so I suck at this. I usually use her to do it. And the grift with the thumbs up and all that stuff, but y'all know how to do it. Okay. This bitch is delusional.
And so, I spoke to her attorney, and we were getting into.
You mean the attorney you tried to get a restraining order against, you dumb cow? Are you kidding me? Yeah, trying to get a restraining order against an attorney who was fighting a lawsuit against you. Betty, you wanted this gone because of the deposition. And I don't even want to hear. And we're going to hear it because I'm already hearing it out here on the streets. Well, they're only going to read one side of the deposition. There isn't no sides. A deposition is cut and dry. Okay? Yeah, it's cut and dry. It's the attorney and the person being deposed. That's it. That's all. There isn't this side, their side, and in the middle. That's it. Oh, thank you, ML Matt. Thank you for the $2.99. I appreciate that. Woohoo, I got my first one for the month. I forgot yesterday was the end of the month. You know who reminded me? BJ. She don't pay attention to that. Hell, she don't. That girl counts the seconds. Please.
Discovery.
Betty, you've been in them jammies for a couple days. Look. Hey, Turtle. I get that you're at home alone and stuff, but damn, girl, change your clothes. Seriously. Change your clothes. You know what? It might make you feel better. You might have a better day. if you get up in the morning and you get dressed, you know, even if it's just one of your tank tops that are 5 sizes too small. And no offense, but a woman your age shouldn't, you know, probably be wearing. But anyway, even if you just do that and throw on a pair of shorts or something, just get out the jammies. It may give you a whole different outlook for the day. Seriously. Okay. Oh, Shauna, thank you. Oh, love you too. Thank you. Yes, I forgot to do a goal. I always forget.
Questions about what she needed to turn over to me. And so we had decided to postpone those until last Thursday to see if we were going to move forward with the settlement. Now, the settlement was basically her case against me goes away with prejudice. My case with her goes away with prejudice. And I figured, you know what? I don't really say a whole lot about her. So the one thing I did say, being removed with prejudice, I thought was a good deal for me. And would also...
You don't really say a lot about her. Damn, Betty, am I going to have to go back on my channel and bring all that out?
Make her, you know, be a little more, pay more attention to violation of law, knowing that I could bring the case back, which means I can bring this case back. I just can't use any of the past claims that were previously brought up. Any of those past claims, such as harassment, well,
you can't bring anything back, Betty, because it damn near covered everything.
Harassment's not a claim, but as far as, you know, tortious interference with my business, the defamation, she continues to talk about me. So those defamation, I can bring up anytime if she defames me again.
No, you can't.
So I'm looking at this from a strategic point. She's only had one thing I've ever said about her, and that goes away with prejudice. Meanwhile, she's made over 3,000 videos. 800 videos and over 3,000 hours of speaking only about me. So literally from the...
That's also not true, but okay.
Date of this particular order behind me, from that point forward, anything she says or does to me can be brought back to court.
Hey, Great Pearl.
Again, I'm not the one that speaks on her. I don't defame her. My case was very strong. They deposed me. There was one thing that came out of that deposition. Still does not put a stake in, because it happened prior to any of this.
Oh, honey, there was more than one thing. Oh, Betty, 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 Betty. You're not a good liar. Betty, in the deposition, it's going to be read out. And it's going to vindicate Queen Bee and B. Tim. Because you lost your shit, cried like a baby because you knew you was lying. And it's all in that depo.
Happened months, if not a year prior.
Dogs, thank you. Wow, thank you for gifting 10 memberships. That's huge. Thank you so much. Welcome to Poolside, everybody. You're a misfit like the rest of us. Please thank Dogs. Yeah, he wasn't executed. He was assassinated. Thank you, Rocky. Sleuthing Tater Tots, it's good to see you. Hey, Biobo. Oh, Biobo got a membership. Good.
To the statements at hand that she made. And as far as my statement about her, it was most...
got a membership. Yay. Lavender Dreamin', Gray Pearl, Dina. Yay. Purple Dragon. Oh my gosh. You guys, thank you for the 10 memberships. Wow. You're going to turn my chat green. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Welcome to Poolside, everybody. You're a misfit like the rest of us. Hey, Katie K. Always think, oh, thank you, Katie. You know, hey, Blaze. You know, I have to be honest. Today, when I was down there, standing there, holding this fucking sign, I was reading some of the messages. You guys, man. I needed that today. I'm glad I did, because I was ready to just pack it in today and just give up. And I did, because of you guys, because of all the nice things you guys said. Hey, Misty. Yeah, guys, hit that thumbs up for me, please. Get this video in that algorithm.
True. Okay. So I was very confident in surviving a summary judgment. I was very confident in surviving whatever they had.
No, you weren't.
To depose her and burnt toast, which I was going to do, was going to cost thousands.
You can't depose burnt toast. You don't even know who she is. So how are you going to depose somebody you don't know? You're going to go to the judge and say, Judge, there's a piece of bread. I need to get I need to make her a witness, and I need to depose her. But I don't know who she is, and I don't know where this piece of bread lives. Get the dogs. Much love. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, you're so generous. That's really generous. Thank you so much. Betty, you're lying. You knew after that deposition you wasn't winning this case. You knew that. You knew, you always had that in your head, but you knew for sure after that deposition. And I believe you're the one who wanted the settlement, Betty. Just saying. We're going to find out, though.
Of dollars, which I, again, willing to do. But I figured we've been fighting for years. The stuff that she was doing to this account, this channel.
Thank you, Katie. Member for 7 months. Never forgotten. Thank you. Hey, Chaz. I wish I could talk to you guys about what's going on. I can't, because how YouTube is. Because honestly, it probably would help to have them slammed with a bunch of emails, but yeah, I can't take the chance. I can't. It's everything for my kids. I can't take the chance. Mystic member for 5 months. Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. Because she could be fourth queen, be the deposed queen, but yeah. Betty also didn't have the money to do depositions. Depositions cost thousands of dollars, like I said. And also she would have had to hire an attorney. Do you know how hard it would have been for her to find an attorney, number one, that would even take the case that late in the game just to do depositions? Yeah, it's hard enough to get an attorney to even take a civil case like this. But 2.5 years in, and you're just hiring for depositions? Yeah, no. Good luck with that. And Betty don't have that kind of money. Betty can't even raise the money she needs to pay Tony back. I mean, let's be honest here. There's factors in play, Betty. Oh, Katie Kane, we adore you, and you're never on. Oh, thank you, Katie. Thank you for the $19.99. I appreciate that. And I felt it today reading those messages, and I'm glad I did, because I was ready to leave. I just, sadly, most of our friends that, were close here. Well, there was a couple I thought were friends for over 20 years. I haven't heard a word from since he passed. But most of them were tied up with his job. So they can't get involved because they've already been warned. They can't risk their jobs. They have families. So it was just lonesome me. Hey, is she a member for 12 months? Holy cow. Oh, thank you. But maybe they'll get tired of seeing my face standing there and my signs and the posters of my husband with their business post plastered all over them with pictures of him. Who knows? I don't know. Oh, Lisa, thank you. So what do you mean that's not more? That's a lot. What are you talking about? Very generous. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Has pretty much stopped. I mean, she's
Thank
going to
you,
talk
Rebecca.
shit. I really don't care if she talks shit, as long as she doesn't affect my channel. I don't care. To each their own. But don't come over here monkey effing around with my channel. And if you do, I will sue you again. If you defame me, I will sue you again.
That's a threat. You're threatening her. You are threatening the person you just settled a lawsuit against with. What? Betty, no one wants your channel down. She never went after your channel. It was your commentary, Betty, the bullshit you put out here.
Again, this does not stop anything from this point forward. So she's got a clean slate. It depends on whether she's going to keep that clean slate. But I think I've proved my point that I have no problem taking somebody to court. I have no problem getting my, making sure that my channel as well as my name is protected. I think I've stood on that for a long time. I'm showing her grace in light of Charlie Kirk's assassination.
Stop using that man. Stop it. Stop exploiting him. You were nothing but a groupie. Leave that man alone. It had nothing to do with him. You were in a no-win situation and you know it. Oh. Hey, Elma, the warm and fuzzy grandma's hug. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you, Elma, very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. You're always in my prayers. Thank you. Guys, I'm not in the wrong here. All I'm trying to do is get them to do the right thing. They're the ones, for once, they're the ones in the wrong. Because if there was any, there's no way. There's just no way.
That's it. If she needs to go and tell everybody that she won the case, I'm saying nobody won. It was as you can see, a joint stipulation of dismissal with prejudice. Okay, this says comes now Andrew Griffin, pro se, and Rebecca Turner by and through. So therefore, this right here would not have happened unless I agreed to this and unless she agreed to this. Now, she wanted to agree to this. Why? Because we were about to get court orders for her to turn over a lot of messages and financial records. She does not want to know. She doesn't want people to know where her money has gone from all of these, funds. There's nothing I can do about that. I had an opportunity to clean the slate, and that's what I did. We know that we don't sit here and defame a trash channel. We don't spend a whole lot of time on this trash channel. But please make no mistakes. This is not. I even had somebody come over and said, "We knew you were going to twist this up." Twist this up? I said nobody won. The only person twisting anything up is anybody that thinks that this is a winner. Let's look at the facts here. I brought a case. The case has been wrapped up in litigation for 3 years. That case raised almost $100,000 from the hate channels. $40,000 was paid for an attorney. Don't know what happened to the rest of the money, but I hear other vehicles.
How do you know how much the attorney was paid? You don't know, Betty. You have no idea. How do you know how much was raised, Betty? If you didn't watch her, how do you know what she raised? You don't know what she paid her attorney either. So you can't state that as facts. You thought you was going to get an easy payday. You thought she would just give you your $500 and that'd be that. Then when you realized that wasn't going to happen, you made it very clear that you were going to do everything you could to burn up money she was getting because you seen the support she was getting, support you couldn't get. That's not on her, that's on you. And Betty, honestly, in my opinion, yet again, you always manage to get out of things by the skin of your teeth because you would have been the one losing. That's just my opinion. But we'll see with the deposition. Because from what I know of the deposition, oh, Betty, you did not want it out. You still don't want it out. but it's a coming. Hey, tinfoil. Yeah, it's really none of her business. Hey, T. Marie. Oh, it's good to see you. Aries, you crack me up with your names. How do you come up with them? Hey, Weeping Waters, how are you? And Darby, I hope you're taking care of yourself and healing. I really do. It's good to see you, Weeping Waters. How you doing? She didn't have a pot to piss in, so she'd never get crap from you. So she may as well. Yeah, and that's true too. I mean, you can go through the process and attach, because 1099 or not, you can, it's wages and you can attach them. It's a process you have to go through. But yeah, Betty, you're gonna see.
Purchased.
Hey,
and we were just getting ready to expose several people and acquire financial documents.
Guess what? You had to do the same thing, Betty. Remember the day you came out and said, "Oh, I got a win"? No, you didn't get a win. Discovery is part of any case, Betty. You had to do it regardless. That wasn't a win. But I can tell you why that day you came out and said, "Oh, I got a win." Because that the same very day is when your cases in Tennessee were reopened, were kicked back down and reopened, Betty. You failed to tell anyone about that. You deflected from that by saying, "I got a win. I got discovery." No, you idiot. Discovery is mandatory regardless. You had to provide the same exact information, which you didn't want to do, Betty. You did everything you could. Number one, because of your inexperience and because you're not a lawyer. You messed up every filing you filed. Queen's attorney was so patient with you. The court was really super patient with you. But even that was coming to an end. You knew that, Betty. Come on, if you're going to do this, be honest about it. You don't have a graceful grace. You gave somebody grace. You don't have an ounce of grace in you, Betty.
Again, I was showing grace in light of Charlie Kirk's assassination.
Oh, Weeping Waters, I'm sorry.
I am going to continue to show that grace. But make no mistake, there are no winners here. And the only thing I've ever said about that woman has now gone bye-bye. With prejudice, mind you.
It was more than one thing, Betty. You doxed her, and you doxed the wrong person. You guys are not good at that. For such an investigator, reporter. You put some dead woman's life on Queen Bee. Dumbass. But anyway, we tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen to nobody. You never do. That's why you've been through several lawyers in your criminal case in Tennessee, because they just throw their hands up in the air and walk the fuck away. Hey, Brenda Kay, welcome to Poolside. You're a misfit like the rest of us.
Person sitting pretty out of all of this is me. Okay? I'm a very strategic person.
What did you get? What did you win? You wanted almost $300,000, Betty. You spent money having to travel to Illinois that you cried about constantly. What exactly did you win? You didn't get anything that you sued for. Zilch. All Queen's content's still up. Queen's still talking. She's allowed to talk. She's allowed to review you. She's allowed to do commentary. It's called fair use. What exactly did you win? Okay.
What was before me, I had an opportunity to show grace and to get something taken care of. I chose the option to do it. No, she was kind of cornered because if we extend this any longer, we were going to do more depositions, and she was going to be forced to turn over records.
Betty, you didn't have the money to do depositions. You also didn't have a lawyer that would handle the depositions for you, Betty. Queen did. Queen has a lawyer who was handling you. Remember, you tried to get a restraining order against him.
Text messages, as well as for
Yes.
finances. So
Yes, she did, Lisa. You heard it right. Yes. Hey, Chaz. It is despicable. It is. Leave. Quit exploiting Charlie Kirk's murmur. Stop it. She was nothing but a groupie. That's all the front row Joes are. MAGA groupies.
let's not get it twisted, okay? I do not want to talk about her again. I do not want to talk about this case again. This case is gone. If she picks a fight with me again or picks a scab, we will reinitiate a new lawsuit and tie her back up in court until she understands she cannot.
No, you won't, because now you're hell bent on suing Chris and Katie Proudfoot. That's what you let the cat out of the bag. I played it, your own words. You are now going after to sue Chris and Katie Proudfoot. Good luck with that.
Continue to act.
You got legal action you got to deal with in Pennsylvania. And this time, Betty, I just have a feeling you're going to owe some money.
Violation of civil and criminal code.
Oh, here we go.
Now, after 3 years, I have a litany of actual templates for this. So it's not going to.
Betty, you copied and pasted from the internet. Your initial lawsuit was a copy and paste job from one of JLR's lawsuits. You don't know the law, Betty. Every filing you did was messed up. You don't know what you're doing. And this case proved it over and over. I know. I reviewed enough of the documents. Yeah, suck at it.
Be as clusterfucked as it was the first go round. I promise you the next time will be much more streamlined and much more successful, much quicker.
No, what you'll do is copy and paste the crap that you did from this lawsuit onto the next. And it was all wrong. So you've learned nothing, Betty. You've actually learned nothing. Because all you're looking for is to sue more people. You've made that clear. Your own words, you're going to force Sumner County to rearrest you because you can't sue them on the previous stuff, Betty. Because they didn't violate your rights, Betty. You violated the law. Your claim is you're going to force them to rearrest you so you can sue them because you can't sue them on the previous action. And then you yourself said you're going to sue Chris and Katie. And you guarantee that they're on rugs too, huh? Yeah. We got it all, Betty.
So that's all I've got to
said she's suing Chris and Katie. I reviewed it not yesterday, I think it was the day before. Yeah, she made it clear. She's suing Chris and Katie. She's going to force Sumner County to rearrest her so she can sue them because she can't sue them for the last time. And she also said she guarantees that they're on rugs. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To say about that, here's the receipts, joint stipulation for dismissal. She wouldn't have been able to get it alone. I wouldn't have been able to get it alone. We came together, we agreed to this, and now she's going out and misrepresenting what happened.
No, she's not misrepresenting it. Not at all, Betty. I will wholeheartedly believe you're the one who initiated the settlement offer, and it's not the first one you've made, Betty. And well, Queen wasn't the one suing for $300,000. You were. There was nothing to get from you. You don't have anything. What she did is saved having to spend another $40,000 just to get the same decision because this would have came down regardless, Betty. It would have been, the rest of the counts would have been dismissed with prejudice, just like the last time.
God bless everybody out there. All I can do is show you the
I
proof.
only got to see part of that. I got to go finish it. But I knew he was up there. I heard a little bit of it. Good for him. Yeah, good luck pursuing them. Well, she said that they're in bankruptcy. Oh yeah, she had a whole bunch of stuff to say.
Show you the proof in the pudding and be done with it. If you want to believe what you want to believe, go ahead and believe what you want to believe. But at the end of the day, she didn't want you knowing about her finances. She didn't want you knowing how much she collected. She didn't want you guys knowing the truth.
She wasn't the one fighting discovery, Betty. That was you. That was you that wouldn't cooperate. You wouldn't even cooperate with the judge when the judge gave you an order, Betty. You would do everything wrong. Yeah, don't. You understand? Your discovery would have had to happen too, Betty.
Look at it like that.
No,
but again, if she wants to step in the bullshit again, she wants to try to take my channel down. She wants to defame me every single day of her life. We'll be back in court very quickly. We'll be back in court very quickly. And this time, I will not let it go out of grace. I've given her grace.
Oh, honey,
this is my one time of showing this lady grace. If I were her, I would take it. I would really take it. Because the next time, it will be 10 times worse. 10 times worse. We have several cases to discuss. We're done with this case. Anybody wants information, don't be calling me. Don't be calling my mod saying, hey, can I get this? Can I get that? I don't play that. This case is over. It's going into the archives.
Oh, you know the deposition's coming out, Betty. You're going to try to do anything you can so none of your people watch it. But I have a feeling a lot of them will.
I'm not pulling out anything. I'm not helping anybody else with what they may be doing with this person. Nobody helped me when I was going.
I totally agree. When she said that, I was floored. I was like, are you kidding me? They are the parents of a missing child. It's people like her. That's why laws need changed. So they can't bring these frivolous lawsuits, because you can bet she's going to file one against Chris and Katie, pro se, of course, because then she can get all the leniency. She can barter from the court, you know.
Through it, so let's just be very clear and not get it twisted. So don't be coming over here asking for a favor from me, because I ain't got none to give. Okay.
Wow.
You do your own work just like I had to do. You do your own lawsuit just like I had to do. And you stand on that hill alone just like I had to do.
No, you didn't have to do. You chose to do. Big difference.
That's my statement to whoever's been trying to get a hold of me. Okay. All right, Cupcake?
Wow.
Not the answer you wanted.
Yes, you did, Darby.
Not the answer you wanted, but it's the answer you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a case of Sebastian Rain Drake Rogers. He's been missing since February 26, 2024, and has not been seen or heard from since. He was 15 years old. He has now turned 16, and now we're approaching his actual 17th birthday with no sight or any type of possible sighting of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, despite his father, which has been an avid supporter of his. And I know his father does, appreciates me being here, but doesn't necessarily like my commentary, but I'm just a straight shooter. And I believe Katie Proudfoot unalived her son. Okay. I believe Chris Proudfoot came home and helped her clean up the mess and disposed of Sebastian Rogers. I do not know where Sebastian Rogers is, but they're.
How is that possible when he was over 3 hours away? Okay.
Is no other explanation. People have been looking for a year and a half with him above ground, and they've been looking for him at every single type of facility imaginable, because everybody's being told that he's alive. I do not believe it. And every time we're looking for Sebastian above ground, we're not looking below ground. And I think he's more in line with being below ground at this moment, because we're almost 2 years in, and I don't think anybody could hide somebody this well in a facility. Okay, there has to be some type of paper trail. Nobody would be taking care of this child without some type of financial support or assistance. It's not easy to take care of a child that has special needs, period. It is not cheap to take care of a person in a facility. There has to be a money trail. There's no way that anybody could come up with cash payments every single month and keep it under the radar. I'm sorry, it's just not possible, not into today's society. If you truly believe it is without having to go through extreme, which, let's be honest, Chris and Katie are lazy as shit. Extreme, stuff. You ain't doing it. And while
they're lazy as shit, yet they both have good jobs. They work for a living. They pay for the nice things they have, but they're lazy. Get the
do hope Sebastian Rogers is alive. I do hope that he is in this, a facility, and they have been able to manage to really steamroll every possible ability to find him. They've managed to be so much smarter than everybody else in the entire country and world. I just have a hard time believing that. And it's getting harder and harder to keep getting along to get along. Okay, I do not believe Sebastian Rogers is alive. I believe he's deceased, and I believe his mother killed him. That is my opinion about the situation, and a lot goes into that opinion, including him walking into his home and never walking out. Yet we see lights go into a vehicle that shows a blob carrying a blob, and I believe that is a deceased.
Oh, it doesn't show anybody carrying anything. You're delusional, Betty.
Sebastian Rogers. But again, not to be nasty or to beat this over the head. It's just that, every time I try to put on a brave face, I feel like I'm lying to my audience, and I'm lying to myself, because some of the stuff I'm saying because, I don't want to hurt feelings, but it's not what I believe. And I think that's an unfair place to put me. So we're going to speak.
Betty, it doesn't matter what you believe. You're not relevant. You're not. What you believe, what you put out here is nothing but misinformation. I'm not even going to say that. It's outright lies. I'm tired of saying misinformation. It's outright lies. You have not a shred of evidence, of factual evidence to back up any of your claims.
Frankly, and we need to start getting people out there in the forest, because there's some things that lead me to that back road, the road that we never went down on the other side of the Proudfoot home, where law enforcement said a truck had lights peering through. That is in the northwest, which is where Chris Proudfish, hashtag Chris Proudfoot, told us to start looking for him. And we do clearly have acknowledgement from law enforcement that a truck was up and around at that time of morning. And could that have been a dump place for Sebastian? Why weren't they out in that area? So a lot of questions go in. There is some things coming up. We do have a flyer. I was hopeful that the flyer stuff, we used to have a really lively bunch on the BullscornBetty channel where people love designing stuff. And now I've got nobody sending me flyers. So the only one that we've got is Sonia. Sonia sent me a flyer for Sebastian's event. We're going to be releasing that this Friday in just a few days. And, if she wants the deception deck, I'm going to send her the deception deck. If you guys would like to participate, send me a flyer. It's for his event from the 23rd, February 23rd to the February 22nd.
Because they make you a flyer, you're going to buy that dude's $79.95 set of freaking cards. Are you kidding? Go on Amazon. You can get them for like $10. Probably what you did.
I want people in front of Sumner County Sheriff's on February 26th at the 2-year milestone. And, I'd like to have at least 100 people that show up for Sebastian. We've given 5 months advance notice for people to make arrangements to be there. So, I'm hoping that people come out. I'm hoping people bring their happy face and make some really cool and genuine signs for Sebastian. I'd like to see some signs that say "Honk" for Sebastian. I'd like it to be loud. You guys know me. I like it loud. I like it bold. I like people smiling. I like people, showing people that Sebastian is loved by many people, that we are not forgetting Sebastian, and we need the community to come out and step up and do what's right for this boy to get this case solved. Hopefully that does happen. So we'll see. The next is, the Lily and Jack Sullivan case. They've been missing for, actually, before we go there, let's talk about another case, 2 more cases in Tennessee. This is Layla Santinello, and this is Holland Snap. Layla Santinello disappeared first. I had an opportunity to speak with Jen Santinello yesterday, just to get an idea of what's going on. I haven't seen her in a while, but what I did learn is there's not a whole lot of new information coming out about her daughter. There's been a few rumors that have come out, and law enforcement has been working with her and has been doing multiple different targeted searches Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because she's an adult that disappeared. She was on substances at the time of her disappearance. And we have, oh, hey, Robin, it's nice.
She was out in the street. Unfortunately, she chose a different lifestyle, Betty. She was an addict out in the streets.
To see you, Love Bug. She says, good morning, all you
Hey,
beautiful
Dookie.
coffee beans. Everyone hit the like button for
Y'all
Betty's
remember
hard
the
work.
fake sighting? I covered it. Y'all remember that? The fake sighting? Southern-ish. Thank you for the Cash App. I just saw it. Thank you so much. Oh, for you, you are loved. Oh, thank you so much. I'm sorry, M. Thank you. Thank you, guys, really. Hey, Miss Southpaws. Y'all gonna make me cry. I cry too much anymore. I never cried. God, I was never a crier. What is wrong with me? I've never been a crier.
I will definitely be there in Tennessee, Sebastian's Army. Thank you, love. Amen for that. Amen for that. That would be wonderful. But Layla and Holland Snap, they disappeared like a month apart from each other. And even though they didn't know each other directly, they knew some of the people in their same circle. It is believed that the gentleman that Holland Snap was with beat her up and killed her. We're still unsure what happened to Layla Santinello. Was it an OD? Was it somebody that intentionally hurt her or somebody that unintentionally hurt her? We still don't know what happened to her or where she may be. We have
no
a little
idea.
more details on leaning about.
You just sent me a message in Russian. I don't know how to read Russian. Hey, Flo.
What could have happened to Holland Snap. But still, both of these girls still haven't been found, and there haven't been any arrests in any of these two cases. And so now we're going to be moving over to Lily and Jackson.
Been in Layla's case, there's been no evidence of any crime. Arrest for what? In Holland's, yeah, there's been some questionable things there. You didn't really cover her much, though, Betty. Stop using them. But in Layla's case, there's been no evidence of a crime, Betty. She's an adult who had a different lifestyle, unfortunately. And, well, I've always said what I thought happened. Unfortunately, sometimes you take too much of that stuff. Took him a year to find my nephew.
Sullivan, which have been, missing since May 2nd, 2025. And I'm trying to find
what was sad? My nephew was missing for a year. He was 23. Same kind of lifestyle that these girls were in. Couldn't find him. Couldn't get no help from law enforcement. He was 23. Just another addict, They found him right around the corner a year later. Right around the corner from in an old garage where it was a known hangout for users. They would go in there to, when the weather was bad and stuff. Yeah. Law enforcement claims they checked it. I don't believe they ever did.
Little thing for them, but it's been a while, and I guess I forgot to grab one when I was setting up the show, so I apologize about that. Usually I have
not around the corner
little
from me, around the corner from my husband's parents' house. Then once they found his remains, then they wanted to talk to everybody and everything, I'm like, yeah, okay. You know how many phone calls I made? How many hours we went back to PA, and how many hours that the family members went out searching in his known places. I mean, he just dropped off the face of the earth. The kid never had a job. His mother was his ATM. Didn't even have a phone. He used his mother's phone, but he would get on Facebook. I mean, he just just dropped off the face of the earth, and there was some rumors that he had ripped off one of his dealers, and you know, they weren't interested. You know, like I said, they said it wasn't against the law for him to go missing. He was 23.
Drops for everybody, but today apparently I'm falling a little short. Ooh, another person we can talk about real quick. Oh, thank you, Sonia. At 50,000 mark, when do a giveaway for the? Oh, okay, 50,000 mark. We'll do the giveaway for the deception deck. Thank you so much. Thank you. Another case in Tennessee before we move on to Lily and Jack is Summer Wells. They had enhanced.
She has to get 50,000 views to give a deck of cards away. Betty, you don't get those kind of views. And the couple videos that, yeah, I question those because none of your other videos on the same content got anywhere near that. But what else could you mean 50? Because no one's going to give you $50,000. God, I hope not. But yeah, whatever. Okay. Guys, I'm telling you, if you want a set, I'm sure you can find them on Amazon for like $10. I mean, you can find anything on Amazon.
Her, updated her photo yet again of what she may look like this day and age had she, not been missing. This is another child that I believe the mom and the dad are responsible for. I think Summer Wells is deceased. I think she's been dead. I don't know if it was because of abuse or if it's because of a drowning at the water hole or some other type of situation, but she did not look healthy that day, that afternoon. She actually looked like she was dying.
Oh, 50,000 subs? Yeah. Okay. So you want people to sub up to get a deck of cards, which I'm sure you're going to charge them for shipping. Oh, God.
For the truck, and then we never saw her again. And it was a day after their house was also visited.
She really is. Darby, I agree. Hey, Hope, good to see you. Yeah, no proof at all. Not one stitch. If there was anything that law enforcement could pin on these parents, they'd have done it and put them in jail. You guys mucked up that case so badly. Exactly, Lisa. Right in her own backyard, there's plenty of missing. She's not going to touch that. Not going to touch that. You're not going to touch none of the other missing kids in Tennessee either.
By the Department of Children and Family Services. So let me get back here. Sorry about that. We do have Lily and Jack Sullivan somewhere. I think this would work for us. I think this kind of has everybody. So this is the case of Lily and Jack Sullivan. Lily and Jack are the two children up at the top, the grandmother Janie, which was out at the property when they disappeared, and of course their mother at the very bottom, Malaya, and their stepfather Daniel.
She has flip-flopped on this so much, and she's put out misinformation like crazy in this case. But I'm going to fast forward it because she always blamed the Wells. She's always accused them. Yes. Always.
Which have inconsistent statements about what happened to the two children on May 2nd. Very because something happened to these children and they want, basically to point the finger at one another or something. Something is not right here. And both parents, the mom and the stepfather, are not acting appropriately for the scenario that's at hand here, much like.
How the hell do you know how should they act, Betty? You mean they're not acting the way you think they should act? Until you're in that position, you have no idea how you'd act. Betty never says that Layla also had court the next day against her mother for custody of the child. I think that fact is very important. Yeah, her mother always had that baby. That's a whole nother situation with that mom. Sorry. I give her grace because, I get where she's at. I went through it with my nephew. I watched my sister. She didn't want to answer the phone or answer the door because she was afraid they were going to come and tell her they found him. And she assumed it was because of his drug use. And it was. But she never went on TikTok grifting for money. I know that.
Sebastian Wayne, Drake Rogers, and the mom and the stepdad for him. But, you know, it's kind of weird because Daniel Martell was only speaking with mainstream media during this entire.
There was a relative. Yeah. Now, Holland, I have questions because I know what I know. And that boyfriend,
stuff, he basically gave social media the big middle finger, basically saying that we are too busy, you know, speculating and all this. Of course, we're going to speculate. We're going to theorize. That's what makes, you know, gives us ideas of avenues to look down. If you take that away, you hinder your ability to analyze.
That's why Betty went after SF because SF was finding out stuff she couldn't find out and never did find out. And she still had a bone to pick with him because he wouldn't give her an interview back in the Kylie Rodden case. So when he came out working for the father and stepmother, she lost her shit. She went after this. She filed false complaints against his license and everything.
The case. You know, you've got to think of all possibilities and communicate those and search for the truth with those possibilities. So I'm never shamed or will ever be shamed for theorizing or looking at these cases or analyzing these cases or walking down several different roads related to these cases to get to the truth. But he never really liked.
You've never gotten to the truth. You've never solved a case. You've never helped a case. You've hindered. You've interfered. You've mucked up, but never helped. And you've never been, you're never right.
Social media. We've never seen him on social media. And lo and behold, how the Drunken Turkey Show got this interview. He's dropping clips and segments of this interview that he had with Daniel Martell. And, you know, I'm still not buying, I've never bought Daniel Martell's story. I don't know if I will buy a story.
So now you're against. Will you please make up your mind? Because you flip-flop back and forth. You'd be a horrible detective. But we're going to fast forward you some more.
I just don't believe the mom or the stepfather in this, and it's making it very hard. You know, even though Daniel is.
See, that's not what you said before. You were all about the mom and how bad the stepfather is because he was a stepfather. You have this hang-up with stepfathers.
Is hitting all the check boxes in the right areas, especially at the beginning. There are a few things that are telling me major red flag. There's some behavioral things that he did, including but not limited to going to the trash can with his phone recording and a witness to lift it up to look for a pink blanket. That came out of his own mouth. That was awfully weird. It's he care of the kid. It makes sense to me that he him. There was nothing that I could see. I was 500 feet away from him and I couldn't smell him. Nothing that I could see. Activity. Deja vu. Brian Laundrie, one of the cases that I was personally involved in. Walked by his remains.
Yeah, another case you mucked up and interfered and created chaos in. Yeah, we know. I know you weren't 500 feet, Betty. Quit lying.
No, there were no bird activity. There were no stuff circling around him. There was nothing that I could see. I was 500 feet away from him and I couldn't smell him.
That's bullshit. I'll tell you what. You smell decomposition. I know. I've smelled it plenty of times. It's a smell you don't ever forget and you can't get out of your nose. You just, no. I'm calling bullshit. You were not within 500 feet.
To smell them. So, you know, there are a lot of things. Everybody says, well, you know, if you do this, and this. No. Because out there's so much foliage.
That gray meat? Yeah.
But I believe they're on the path of least resistance because I believe Daniel and Malaya had a hand in doing something with these children because I'm not going to dismiss the ATV riding up and back, 6 different times in the middle of the night. That he was her other separate just happened to be found a day later. These things don't make sense to me. So I'm very interested in the
Don't
Drunken
really
Turkey
matter
show.
what
That looks
makes
like they're going
sense
to be
to you.
releasing an exclusive interview. Seeing it, 61-year-old man angry because he spent a lot of money on her, felt used by her, and then refused to leave her husband, a beautiful family. I don't know which one that one's about. So, lastly, we've got some stuff going on, around this country.
Here we
And many people
go.
are saying this guy was a Trump supporter. I'll be honest with you, I don't know one way or another. I just know any true MAGA Trump supporter could never injure anybody of faith or children.
You're a liar. You're a liar. Go look at the numbers. We went over the numbers with you the other night. Infamous looked it up and read the numbers to you. Actually, the bulk of the violence comes from the right side.
So I'm having a hard time believing that this guy has anything to resemble anything like what we believe or are. And so
who's we? Betty, you are not relevant in the MAGA world or the right side world. Do you understand that? You are just like the rest of us. You're just a regular Joe. What do you mean we? You act like you're some self-important big shit on the right side. You're not. You're not.
I'm not going to change that or my motivation on that or my narrative running for that until I find out more, because everything I'm seeing is it doesn't. Yes, he is a veteran, but I can't just because his family likes.
Hey, crafty girl. Member for 1 month. Woo-hoo. Thank you. Love you. Be hugs you. Oh, hugs back at you. Thank you for being a member for a month. Thank you. Oh, Betty. Oh, wait till I show you the other video. This is nothing compared to what she says in the other one. Wait till you hear what she has to say about immigration and what she wants done with everybody.
Trump doesn't mean he does. The shirt that's being passed around as not being legitimate with the Trump and a cigar thing. I don't know whether that has been photoshopped. I want to lean to it has not been photoshopped. But I would like to get down to it. And I'm just being honest. Listen, I'm not the one that shot up the church. I have no reason to lie. If it's somebody that's on our side, it'll make me sick to my stomach. But I'm glad he's dead. No matter how you look at it, I'm sorry. I'm not the kind of Christian that's going to say I'm not glad he didn't say, that these law enforcement people didn't put an end to his life. What he did was morally reprehensible. And I hope he lives his life in straight hell for eternity.
Hey, Truckee.
That's where he belongs. Shame on him. Shame on him. I'm not going to blame this on PTSD from the military. I'm not doing that. Okay. I'm not giving him a way out or sugarcoating this in any way. This guy was a lunatic. Okay. And I don't think 4 years in the military is what did it to him. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be convinced that it is. Okay. Especially since it was 22 some odd years ago. You're telling me in 22 freaking years, you can't get 4 years of your combat experience fixed in your flipping brain? This is not this is somebody that.
Betty, because I'm going to tell you that. Not everybody's the same, Betty. My husband worked with veterans. He was a veteran. He worked with Betty. You have no idea what men that go through war and deployment and actually have to fight in a war, what they go through mentally. And some just never bounce back, Betty. Ever.
Wanted to hurt the MAGA movement, not help the MAGA movement. So I don't consider him one of ours.
Only in her mirror, got to be. Only in her mirror is she anything besides a high school dropout with a long arrest record here on YouTube. Yep. Summed it up. Hey, Java Jones.
I'm going to claim him as one of
Miss Brittany, you're awake. Yeah, in the beginning, she did. Yep.
ours. I don't care what the news says. He is not one of ours. And I'd like the people that I hired. I'd like the FBI, Dan Bongino or Cash Patel to tell me, because I didn't hire people.
Guys, we got some Miss Brittany made us misfits some new badges, so I will be showing them
in this state to tell me. I want my FBI. They were out there. According to Pam Bondi, they put all their efforts in there. They should be able to tell us something that we can trust and believe. And so far,
Pam Bondi, all right? Take her and shove her right up your know what. After what she did here to people, screw that woman.
I haven't heard anything from the FBI. And I'd like to hear something from the FBI. We know for a fact that we are in an area of our time. So here's the here's one of the shirts right here. This one shows without that emblem on it, but I could have sworn I did see it on a different paper picture rather on a site, but I'm not sure. And also this right here, which you'll see, I've got it on X. I'm sorry I didn't get it smaller than this, but it says that Antifa is burning churches, ICE facility, and murdering people at church. So I'm starting to feel like law enforcement, because this is coming from one of our representatives, our congressional representatives. So I'm starting to think that he might be associated with Antifa based upon this person's statement. But again, I don't know. I've got no reason to lie about what I'm reading here. You know, he's either Republican or he's not. But somebody sent me a whole bunch of stuff that he has made.
What difference does it make? Clearly, he had severe mental health issues, Betty. It doesn't matter if he's Republican or Democrat. He had severe mental health issues, Betty. He committed serious crimes, Betty. Don't matter at the end of the day.
Some significant contributions to Act Blue, which we know is a predominantly Democrat-ran money platform. So getting a lot of mixed messages about the guy. I would like to know more.
Think they wouldn't with Charlie. There would really be no reason to have an autopsy. It was pretty clear what happened. The current FBI leaders aren't competent. Yeah, our whole government's a fucking mess. It's a mess.
I think just for myself, not, I don't like feeling the aha moment, because I don't believe this guy's ours. I really don't. I don't care how it looks on his face.
What do you mean ours? What are you talking about? Betty, you don't own the Republican Party. You're not even close to being on any kind of level to be. Yeah, you're not even allowed to be a front row Joe anymore. You know, the groupie, because of your protection orders, Betty. Are you kidding me?
I just don't believe he's one of ours. Now, I am going to prepare you all now that it does appear like we are going to be shutting down the government. I don't want you guys to being too awfully concerned. Yeah, I know it sounds very, very bad.
Don't be concerned. We're going to shut the fucking government down, and, things are going to come to a halt. But don't be concerned. It's okay. Because the Republicans are doing it. The right side's doing it. So it's okay. It's never okay, Betty. But you know what? It don't affect you. It don't affect your paychecks. Yeah, for a minute, disability, Social Security, stuff will continue. But if the shutdown continues, it will come to a halt. Federal contracts won't be being paid, Betty. My husband worked a federal contract. You're an ass. You don't understand. At first, no, won't have that effect. But the longer it goes on, the more ripple down effect it'll have, Betty. Oh, Doohickey, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Wow. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Well, welcome to Poolside, everybody. You're a misfit like the rest of us. Hey, Daisy Duke. Only 1.3 million active duty won't get paid. Hey, thank you. She doesn't understand it. When's the next Antifa meeting, and will they have snacks? I don't know. She needs them to tell us about it. She might provide them. Nah, she's too cheap. Never mind.
bad. I don't think it's going to be as bad as we think. Many of us, at least if you're like me, have been wanting to reduce the size of our government. No matter how we look at this situation going on
It's
in
not going to be too bad because, I want the size of our government reduced. So, hey, a shutdown, why not? It's not going to be bad.
our country, I don't see how we're not going to benefit.
Oh,
For example, if we shut down,
you tell me how a shutdown is going to benefit our country, Betty. Are you even there? Do you understand? The longer that shutdown happens, the more it ripples down and people don't get paid. Bill collectors don't care, Betty. Bills still got to be paid. Guess what? They got families that need food on the table. This could be very catastrophic, Betty. I'm not saying that it is. I'm saying it could get there real quick. Toggin, hey. Yeah, she is dumber than a box of rocks. Hey, Skip. This woman is freaking insane.
on the government, we have an opportunity to remove about 100,000 jobs, bureaucrat jobs, which is what we've been wanting. We want to.
You want to cut 100,000 jobs? What? Are you fucking kidding me? Do you know the longer that the government stays shut down, that even after it's up and running again, the ripple effect will be felt for months the longer it's shut down, Betty? You're a fucking idiot. Hey, crazy, but she knows politics. And taxpayers will foot the bill. In 2018, Trump shut down for 34 days, cost taxpayers $11 billion. And let me tell you something, Betty. My husband didn't get fucking paid. You try to feed your family without a paycheck, Betty. It does affect things. And the longer it stays shut down, the worse it will get. You don't just cancel out 100,000 jobs. What the fuck is wrong with you? Do you know what losing 100,000 jobs would do to the economy, Betty? Do you have any idea? Jesus. Hey, Sunshower. She is the prime example of Trump voters who believe every lie he feeds them. I trust no politicians. They all make you promises, and at the end of the day, when they get elected, they don't ever follow through. Hey, Michelle, good to see you.
A way to slim down our government very quickly.
Yeah,
so
that's a good idea, Miss Betty. And you only live a couple hours from me. Hell, I could get my bills to you real quick. Since you're thinking this is such a great thing, you can pay all our bills. Because you think the water company's going to care? No. They'll come shut my water off. Hell, they'll shut my water off for $32. They don't fucking care. You think FPL cares? Don't pay your bills. See how quick that shit gets shut off. Then what, Betty? What about for the people that have, like me, that have kids, and their kids say I'm hungry, and you say, oh, well, I can't do anything about it. Bullscorn, the super zero of the green team, wanted the governments to stay shut down and do away with 100,000 jobs, so I can't feed you. So what if you're hungry? What do you want me to do about it? You're a fucking idiot. You are really, excuse my language tonight, but you are an idiot.
Shutting our government down, we're going to be able to basically boot those 100,000 jobs immediately with very limited kickback or lawsuits or whatever. It's going to be lawfully and legally without any problem. Kick them out the door, get them moved on.
Yeah.
And of course, it's going to be 7 weeks, which everything after 7 weeks will be brought back up. And so what you're looking at is several weeks of uncomfortability potentially.
No,
and
Betty, there's no guarantee that will happen. Stop misrepresenting the whole situation. Betty, you don't have anything. You don't have. God, this woman. You are so fucking dense. You won't even buy homeowners insurance. But what do, Betty? You go to a government program for help, don't you, Betty? Didn't you even go after FEMA so you could get your free roof? You're one of them people that abuse the system because your ass can pay for homeowners insurance. You just refuse to. So then you went to the government to fix your storm damage, which truly wasn't caused by the storms because you only lost a couple shingles. You just had an old rotted roof that needed replaced that wasn't because of the storms. And you got it too, didn't you? Yeah. You're them kind of people. You should be made, if you don't have homeowners when you can afford it, and you can afford it, Betty, and it wouldn't be much on that little shoebox. FEMA shouldn't have helped you. I'm sorry, you shouldn't have got that free roof. That's just my opinion. I scrimp and scrape the barrel to pay my insurance. It's over $3,000 a year because they let the insurance go crazy. But you know what? What I didn't do? I did not pay it and then go to FEMA and say, hey, I need my new roof. No, I went to my insurance company and I got my new roof. But I also had to pay a deductible, Betty. Something you wouldn't know nothing about.
Only for non-essential stuff.
And guess what? It wasn't because mine was old and rotted. It's because mine was totally damaged from the storm. Actually, 2 storms. Ripped a lot of my roof off. But you know what? Yours wasn't. Yours was, never mind. I'll stop.
I think non-essential stuff is going to be related to our military in all fairness, but we will see. It's 7 weeks.
Non-essential stuff. So screw the guys in the military. It's okay. So what if they have families? They don't need paychecks. They don't need to eat. They don't need gas to get back and forth to work. No. Oh my God.
I'm prepared for it. I'm not handing over $1.5 trillion.
No, you're not. Because it's not your decision, Betty. It is not solely your decision. You yourself solely have no control. And I doubt very much that the right side, the Republicans, even care to hear from you. Just my opinion.
Crap party to fund illegals when we're having problems putting food on our own tables. I'm sick and tired of our taxpayer money going overseas when it needs to be right here domestically for the people that are having problems and struggling to make their ends meet. I'm sick and tired of the Democrat Party stealing our money to enrich lives of people halfway across the world when we have lives right here being destroyed by not having enough money or safety. I am truly American first. I don't really care about.
No, you're not, because you're one of them people that want to take law enforcement's budgets away. But yet you bitch that they don't do this and they don't do that and they need to do this and they need to do that. But you don't want to give them the budget to have the manpower to do it. You bitch about a red light camera at a major school crossing where a couple kids had gotten hit, Betty. And they put it up to help stop that. Because believe it or not, that camera would actually slow some drivers down and just maybe one kid won't get hit. But you didn't care about that. And you got called out for it by your councilman, didn't you, Betty? It's on my channel. I played it.
Anybody other than America, okay? Once we get America under control, once I know that our vets are off the streets and have roofs over their heads, once I know that I
worked my ass off and then some. I have boys to raise, but I'll never be a loser like you, Betty. You are an embarrassment to the human race. I'd love to see your tax receipts. Yeah, good luck with that. Daddy had to pay them to get it off the tax. Yeah, it went up for auction because of back taxes. And yeah, it's all on my channel. A major real estate company came in and bought the whole lot, and then they have so long to pay the taxes back to them and whatever fees they charge. Yeah.
families can walk down a road again, then I'll worry about another country. But until my country is safe, I don't really give a.
Think it's okay that innocent men, women, and children are being murdered every day because they didn't have the military equipment, or kids starve every day, and that's okay with you? Oh, wow.
Crap about funding a damn thing for anybody else, but right here.
Oh no,
that's
one thing I partially, just very, very slightly agree with her on. You got to take care of your home first so that you can be more of a help to others. So yeah, sometimes I think, I'm not talking about there's all kind of budgets that go to different countries for all kind of reasons, but I do believe that you also need to take care of home, but not the way she's putting it, not the way she's, no. We fixed our own two roofs because we had some leftover shingle. It cost us our own labor and $34. Good for you. Back home, yeah, Frank put our roof on. Yeah, I agree. All we had to do was buy the material, and it saved a ton of money. You have to pay, oh God, flood insurance on top of regular insurance. That's crazy. I don't have flood because where I live, I don't supposedly need to, but I'm glad I don't, because on top of my insurance went up to over $3,000. No claims. And then it's insane what insurance has gone to here, because they need to. That's where the government needs to step up and do something, because y'all understand that an insurance company is pure profit. Do you know I had one claim in 23 years? One claim for a roof. And all they have to do is rip and reshingle. I mean, they were done in a day. I mean, that's how fast they did my roof. It was amazing. They were so quick. But what was that back then? Like 8,000-9,000. I paid my deductible off of that. So maybe 7 in 23 years. So imagine that, 23 years of pain. Yeah, okay. Screw you, Betty.
Soil. And so that's kind of where we are. We're not giving in to the $1.5 trillion. I don't even know. I can't even speak. I don't even know what the hell it's called. They're
it sure can be, because this bitch wouldn't even appreciate it. Like Second Harvest down here, they do these drive-through where you can get all this fresh produce, and and sometimes they have fresh good meat too, but it's all farmers around here in the state of Florida donating. I mean, you'll get just a lot, and doesn't matter who you are. You stay in your car, you drive up, they load your truck up, you leave. You don't show ID. It doesn't matter how much money you make or how much money you don't make. They don't care. It is unbelievable. She's the kind of people that expect that with no gratitude.
Trying to extort. There it is. There's the word. Extort.
And it is.
Extort $1.5 trillion.
God bless you, because it's... I'm sorry, but our government has done a lot against the farmers when they could have done a lot to help the farmers. That's just my opinion.
From the American people, and we will not comply. So we have choices. We can either fund $1.5 trillion in funding for everybody else but Americans, or we can shut our government down. I'm supporting shutting our government down for 7 weeks. It saves us a whole boatload of money. It's going to reset
7 weeks. 7 weeks, almost 2 months, Betty. Do you have any idea what that trickle-down effect is going to be? No, and you don't care, because you, my dear, are not of the working class. You have no idea. because your little shelter that you live in won't be affected by it, Betty.
Reset a lot. It's what needs to happen. It's not the worst thing in the world. They're making it out like it's the worst thing in the world. I think at the end of it, we will be just fine and actually be sitting in a better position. Donald Trump was before, I'm not sure if you guys knew about this or not, but they had a Department of War meeting with all the generals and all of these big wigs in the military. And the message was very clear. Be prepared for war. And we are now our benchmark for military excellence.
For over 30 years? You got up to 7 year left? Well, thank you. Wow. That is impressive. That's a long time. You're awesome. Wow, Miss Oz. Hey, Rose of Sharon.
Is nothing less than the male test for war, for military. That means if you are a female and you want to go into the military, you have to work just as hard and pass the same equivalent as men. You get no extra benefits because you've got a twat and boobs, okay? If you can't compete with men, you are out. I applaud that. I am not a
Then how come you don't applaud it for yourself, Betty? Because I've heard you use your female status, your woman status before, Betty. How come you don't agree with that for yourself?
I do not care whether a woman or a man has the job, but if you're going to have the job, you need to have the qualifications for that job.
No,
I do not want to see
that. I think we should contact ICE, and I think they should deport Betty. And we need to send her like way out nowhere. I mean, she can't be by no human beings. That's who ICE should be deporting, her.
A woman in a position where a man would be able to be defending it better. If she's going to be standing there, she should be able to defend it just as good as as men. You guys know how I feel about this. Some people disagree with my standing on this, but there are just some women that should not have certain jobs, okay? I don't think a woman...
There's plenty of men that shouldn't have certain jobs either. So, okay.
Unless she's an alpha female, should ever be a governor or in a powerful leader position. Like I do not like Marsha Blackburn. She's too nice. She's too emotional. Okay, she doesn't have the alpha female in her that we need to run a state. Okay, she is a terrible decision for governor of Tennessee. Terrible. Not that I'm giving Bill Lee a pat on the back. I can't stand his leadership. His leadership has bred corruption in small towns.
Is there anybody in Tennessee you like? Anybody?
Across the state. I do not like him. He needs to be out on his ass. We need some new blood running the state of Tennessee, but it can't be nice blood. It has to be pit bull blood. Okay. We want a pit bull running our states that have good heads on their shoulders. I'm not in it for, I don't care if you're red, white, black, blue, green with pink polka dots. I don't care what your religion is. I only care about your ability to get the job done. What are your results? Right? And if you're not producing results, you need to get the heck out and stand aside. Okay? Pam Bondi in my purview is not producing the types of results that we need for Pam Bondi. She needs to either get off her high horse, get away from the camera, start doing her blessed job, start getting those indictments rolled out, and start making America safer and prouder again. And right now, I'm very concerned about her stink rubbing off on my beautiful president. And that's
on her beautiful president. Pam Bondi is an asshole. Can't stand her. Didn't vote for her. Won't ever vote for her. Don't believe she should be in office. She's done enough damage to Florida.
That's where I'm at with that conversation. But Trump stood up.
Don't need to do anything else. She's done her share of damage to Florida. I seen firsthand. So no, no, she don't need to do shit. She's already done her share.
For the Department of War and gave them, orders that we need to be prepared. We don't want to be in war. We are going to do everything we can to fight ever being in war. But when we go to war, we want to go in there, pack a punch, and move in and move out as quickly as possible. And I think that was the message that was given. He does not want war. He wants peace around the world. He wants peace around the world, but it is peace through strength. You cannot have peace around the world without having a very strong military that can act when people get out of line. And I think that is the message we got here. The message is to our enemies, you do not want to mess with the United States of America. We're here. We love the world. We want peace throughout the world, but don't ever mistake our kindness for a weakness. And I loved the message. I absolutely loved and applauded.
What? Okay.
The message from Donald.
Summer girl, you've been a misfit. Hey, Purple Haze.
J. Trump, the little bit that I could hear. So that's really everything in a nutshell, folks. I went over our, the update on the Queen Bee hearing and stuff. It's over. I'm thankful it's over. There were no winners here, but if push comes to shove and there has to be a winner, let me write the way on how this was more in line with our win than anybody else's, because let's face it, we wanted the nonsense to stop. The nonsense has stopped.
You mean the nonsense you filed, you created. Hey, Brandy, member for 3 months. Woohoo, thank you. Appreciate that.
Wrote away everything they could possibly have on me. I said one statement about this crazy lady. One, she just got rid of it with prejudice.
Wasn't one.
She's the one that talks about me. I'm not the one that talks about her. If she wants to continue to ruin my channel and harass me, we'll be back into court. And next time, I will not be so gracious.
Your
so there is that. We went through.
Yeah, your channel was so ruined. Betty, you doubled your sub count. You get better views than you've ever gotten. You have more members, more supers than you've ever gotten. Didn't hurt you a bit, honey.
Sebastian Rogers case, the Lily and Jack Sullivan case, the new updates on Daniel Martell. He's going to be speaking on the Drunken Turkey show. I believe it was already a pre-record, and he's just going through it and putting different pieces out. I'd like to see the entire interview in its entirety. It's only fair because, sometimes people hide and lie about stuff, and those things should not be removed from the public. But it sounds like he's going to be releasing more tomorrow in an exclusive type of interview. So I'm hopeful to see that in its entirety. And we know that Daniel has provided us a lot of statements and clips from the past, more so than Malaya Brooks Murray, which only gave us the one interview on the 3rd, which was really, really sad. And then she took off and never was seen or heard from again. So I'm interested in finding out if his story, well as Holland Snap, no real new updates on either one of their cases, but Ellie hasn't stopped looking for them and has been still searching, which is a far cry difference than what is going on in Sumner County with Sebastian Granger.
That's not true. Law enforcement has not closed the case. They have not stopped looking for Sebastian. They follow up on the leads coming in. They're doing their job. They've done their job. They pulled out all the stops. I'm so sick of saying this. Betty, clean the wax out your ears. Put some damn clothes on and get with reality.
Rogers case or Summer Wells case, where both of those corrupted counties won't even get off their ass to look for the missing child in their area. And then lastly,
I did. Thank you very much. You know how I remember? I'll see somebody say it in chat when I first start, and I didn't notice it tonight, and I forget. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. I appreciate the $9.99. I really do.
Donald Trump speaking to all the generals and high people in our Department of War that Pete Hegseth called before us. And I do believe we are making sure that our generals know that we are unhandcuffing them. We want the best military.
Hell did they call? Do you know the expense Trump just caused our country by that meeting? By bringing in all them high-level military personnel from all over the world to that meeting? Do you know the expense that they did? For what purpose? What was the purpose of that? Just to say I can or I did? To say we're not calling it the Department of Defense anymore, it's going to be the Department of War? Whatever.
The defensive and lethal military we can have in the United States of America. We are positioning ourselves to be the most powerful country in the free world. We will absolutely be the most powerful country in the free world, and we will have a big, beautiful military.
You don't want it to be a free world, though, Betty. Only you want to have freedom of speech and stuff. You want to stifle everybody else, but you really don't want it to be a free world. Do you not listen to the things you say?
So that's kind of where we are right now in the country, and with our cases. If you guys found something beneficial, please don't forget to clip it and share.
Only cases to talk about, Betty. I can show you 20 different stories that I found on YouTube today. In fact, I'm going to start every live like I was doing there for a minute. Hey, Lady V, thank you for coming in. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. There's plenty of stories out here to talk about. I was there for a minute. I was bringing in something new to show you. I'm going to start doing that again. Not the whole live, just a little bit gradually until we find something we really want to dig into, and we'll do that.
Don't forget to like this if you would like to help on more of a more notable way. Please consider doing, super thanks, super chat, or super stickers. Monthly subscriptions is always the best way to help us on a monthly basis, and I really do appreciate all the free ways that you guys can help me, which is sharing it on Facebook and other social medias, liking it, and of course hyping it. All right, guys, you guys have a great day. God bless. We'll be back soon, and we'll be having other talking points. I expect today being very, very informative. We're still looking for information about the boat shooter of the fish company. These are military guys that lost their stuff within 12 hours. Like, I'm just not buying it. I believe that there's a puppet master. I want to hear more about this puppet master. I want to hear our government and our alphabet soup taking this threat seriously and taking the concerns of the general population seriously. And if this is not what it is.
You had a boy go missing. Oh, I hope he's found. I hope he's found safe and sound real quick.
Somebody needs to step up to the plate and put it down, and let us know what the hell is going on here, and do a mic drop and just walk away. But we need to know.
Do you have a flyer or anything on him? Because I'll post it on my community tab. Don't know if it'll help, but can't hurt.
What's going on here? Are we under attack? Because I'm telling you, it feels like we just went through a bunch of engineers, and now we're going through the military crazies, and it seems like we're taking genres and going through all the crazies of the genres back to back to back to back, and it just seems like all these different things are just happening all at once and so coordinated, but not coordinated, and they're all lone wolves. I'm not buying it, and I need somebody to tell me the truth. And until that day comes, we're going to be sitting here just watching all this stuff unfold and being nervous about every single day. I refuse to walk with nervousness. We need to be getting out, guys. You guys need to be vigilant. And for those that are comfortable in carrying your side piece, carry it. Carry it. If you're concerned, go get training and learn how to use a firearm. It is now, I don't care if you're an anti, 2A person. You can keep being anti-2A person as you're watching your whole country burn down around you, or you can get smart and get right and get trained very, very quickly so you can protect yourself, so you don't have to rely on anybody. I'm sorry. I was taught a long time ago. What? The only person that's going to really
she believes that the Democrats opened up the borders to bring all these illegals in here to kill and assault hundreds of thousands of Americans. It was a plan. Now you want everybody armed? Are you fucking... Not everybody should have a weapon, Betty.
Care about me and my family is me and my family. Okay, because you know what? The neighbor next door, if it comes between their family and my family, guess who they're going to pick, right? So you need to remember that when push comes to shove, who can you really trust besides yourself? You guys need to get smart. Go get trained. Go learn how to use the thing that scares you the most. One, it's liberating. And two, it will give you power that you need for your future. Okay? Being properly trained takes the scariness away from a firearm. Learning how to properly use it takes the illusion that it's an unsafe item. It's probably the most safe thing you can have in your home when you're properly trained with that particular tool, right? You were properly trained with the tool of a car. So you're not
Words are weapons. Use them wisely. Yes, they can be. Words can hurt. I used to hate that when people say, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. My son works in healthcare reform. Obamacare is not going away. The big meeting that was, I trust my son. Everything she says is a lie. She is also not allowed to at events. She was not inside. Yeah, I know she's not an insider. She's nothing but a groupie. That's all she is. That's what the front row Joes are. They're groupies, in my opinion. They're people that sleep in their cars in parking lots so they can be the first ones in to get the first front seat. It's stupid.
Using that car to go out and kill people, right? So it's no different than that.
Oh,
a car
yeah.
can be used as the most powerful tool.
Oh, my Lord. So having a weapon to murmur people is no different than having a car. Wow. Betty, you're one demented soul. You are one demented soul. BJ needs to be rebuking your ass.
Of assault imaginable to a human body.
To my
but it's
Twitter
only
message?
used that way
Okay.
if the person wants to use it that way. Otherwise, it's just a tool to get around town, right? Think of it like that. All right, guys, God bless each and every one of you. If you want to know what I am reading right now,
really.
it's the Great Controversy. If you guys want to read it with me, maybe we'll, on our new channel, we'll be having some discussions. I may decide to read this book as starting out for our new channel. I may just start reading this and reading a chapter every couple of days on the new channel to learn a little bit, and so we can start getting some books read and learn a little more about.
It's not a new channel, Betty. You've had that channel, Bullhorn Betty for President. It's not a new channel.
Certain topics that we wouldn't have a discussion on otherwise. So I actually might start reading books on the new channel, our political channel, and it's Right Move Broadcasting. Right Move Broadcasting. So if you guys haven't been over to Right Move Broadcasting, get over to Right Move Broadcasting. Right Move, and it's move right. But I couldn't say that, right? So I did right move and did my arrow to move right. Okay, now that you guys get what the logo's all about, you guys have an amazing day. We will get back to you guys very soon. Don't forget to like, share, and hype this live. We will see you soon. God bless.
Oh, there's more. This channel she's calling new is not new. Betty's had this channel. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you something. Just filming this fucking. She, and there's people that believe her every word. She changed the name. It was BullscornBetty for President. She changed the name to Right Move Broadcasting. This was her Bullscorn for. I'll show you. I'm going to share it. She changed. Okay. She changed the name. Yeah. She can't keep up with what she's got, and she's going to try to do a third channel yet again. This channel she's had content on for a while. In fact, we'll look at it right now while I'm sharing screen. Okay. This is her content. The last time she posted content before 12 hours ago was a year ago. She's done Layla Santinello, Merry Christmas from Bullhorn Betty. She has shorts on this channel of all her MAGA stuff, her groupie stuff. And she has a Summer Wells and Bullhorn Betty little video on here. A year ago, she posted Today is the Day. So this is not a new channel. She just changed the name. Not gonna help her. Anyway. Let's play this piece of shit. Well, go back to my video. Let's see. Okay. This was from 12 hours ago.
Well, this is my literally first show as the Right Move Broadcasting channel, where we're going to take a deep dive into different types of politics. Right now, we have a looming, well, not a looming shutdown. Our government is officially shut down for the first time. And it's happened in the past. I think the longest we've been shut down is 35 days. If I
Thank
recall,
God after 3 days you changed your damn clothes.
I don't remember it being that big of a deal. I think people are making a mountain out of a molehill. I think it's a great opportunity for us to shake some of the bureaucracy behind this.
So you don't think having the government shut down for 7 weeks is going to be a big deal, Betty? You really are stupid, aren't you? You really are. You really have no idea what you spew out your mouth day in and day out, Miss Activist. You're such a political genius, and you don't get what shutting down the government's going to do. Wow. Yeah, she does that. She does that, words.
This gives President Trump some carte blanche authority to do certain things that I think we've been wanting to do. So I really don't see a whole lot of downside to the shutdown, with the caveat of some, people with SNAP, but that's also coming from the state government in part as well. So I don't know how that's all going to work out and what are really going to be affected, but I know that there's going to be some growing pains for all of us. I still think it's in the best interest of the American people not to saddle ourselves with another $1.5 trillion in debt over 7 weeks of being a little uncomfortable. That's just my opinion. I'm always uncomfortable. I'm a content creator. We get paid once a month. We got no choice but to budget on this side. It's just the budget on this side.
The thing is, because they're fighting about a budget, they're not going to be the ones to suffer from it. It's going to be us regular people, Betty. That's who it's going to affect. The trickle-down effect comes down at the end of the day to us.
So for the people that are coming in, I know this is a new channel. We're going to have to work our way up from the bottom, just like we have for every single one of our...
Yeah, if I was on camera, yeah, like her, I agree with that, Sunshower. There's days I don't, but I also don't have a tank top on showing that live. It just made you smile. Oh, I say that all the time.
Other channels, and this is no different. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here on this topic. I am going to continue to come here to build this channel every other day, but we will have... What
happened to BullscornBetty crime stories? You were hot and heavy to build that channel, and you abandoned that quick as shit. Now you're going to do it to this channel? How are you going to do that, Betty? You got all these legal cases, and now you get ready to file another one, you think. Okay, Bets. You know what she did on her other channel? She would download all her TikTok and shit on it. And the same live she did on this channel. She would just put it at,
live at least once every 2 weeks, something a little different than just me coming here every few minutes to drop something for you guys to hear. I still have to work on my hashtags, still have to work on my write-up. We did get our logo, so we do have a logo. This is the logo for our new channel, if you haven't noticed it. I had to put it in white because the black is not doing well with everything, but I still think we're moving in the right direction. And not only that, right now we're pushing for the
you do understand that's not your picture you're using, so you can't watermark. Oh my God. You can't claim it as yours, Betty. That's already somebody else's work.
We're pushing for Congress to also be cut from having their paychecks. It's not fair that everybody else is, required to go without, including our SNAP beneficiaries. Some of them may have some problems, and I understand that, and that's really, really crappy, but it's a growing pain that we have to go through. We're all here for the same cause.
It's okay if you don't have no food for your kids, because it's a growing pain we got to go through. It's okay. Are you fucking kidding me? You cannot be that dense. You cannot be that inhuman. Do you know there's a lot of people that those food stamp benefits is the only thing that feeds their children, that feeds them. And sometimes people are in situations they can't help, Betty. Things happen, and they need that EBT.
It's going to get worse before it gets better. I think we can all realize that at this point. And I think we should realize that we are going through something. We are bleeding money in this country. And I think that's what people don't understand. Even with all of our mandatory spending, that means our Social Security, our Medicare, it takes our entire budget. So every single...
Betty, you've never spent much time in the real workforce, paying real taxes. We pay plenty into fucking Social Security. Do you know what they took out of my husband's checks every week for Social Security?
A year, we're going over our budget by trillions and trillions.
How many people never live to see a dime from Social Security? After all those years of being taxed the hell and back, they never see a dime of it. Because they don't make it, they die.
Billions of dollars, and that has to be borrowed from somewhere. And so right now we're borrowing that crap from China. Do you really want China?
Don't mismanage our money. And it takes both sides, Betty, to do that. And both sides have been doing it since the beginning of freaking time.
To own America, do you know how detrimental that would be to our Western civilization? I mean, people need to start thinking here. It's not all about what can the government do for us. What can you do for our government, right? Because right now we're spending our entire budget out in welfare. I mean, some of it, I shouldn't say that, because Social Security, I don't consider welfare. I consider that.
No, because you pay into Social Security, Betty. People that have real jobs.
A supplemental retirement account that people paid into. Medicare, I don't consider, because that's again.
You were on disability, weren't you, Betty? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're bad back and all. You can't work because you can't stand up for long periods of time. You can't do a lot of walking or lifting, but yet you have no problem holding that bullhorn for hours in front of someone's house screaming like an idiot.
Something that you paid into, but Medicaid,
something you never paid into, but sure took advantage of the system, didn't you, Betty?
Food stamps,
you did with FEMA, huh, Betty? Yeah.
Disability. These are all things that we do that we're not required to do. There's no statute forcing us to pay somebody if they can't work. Many people for years in this country, if you couldn't work, you suffered. You didn't get any benefits. I think it was around the 1960s that those benefits started coming in. And ever since then, they've exploded. People just want. They'd rather go and say,
oh my God, you hypocrite. You freaking hypocrite. You were one of them, Betty.
Oh, I can't do this. So I want an entire paycheck from the government. And that's what's been going on. And people
Betty. My mother paid for her Medicare. A lot of people, everybody pays for their Medicare. They don't get it for free, Betty. What little you do get, they take off for your Medicare.
are wise to the system, even though they're well-bodied Americans, they can go out and work. They're choosing to say they have a back problem, so they can't go out and work.
You mean
so they
like you did, Betty? You talking about yourself? Or are we having a self-reflection moment?
can't work. But meanwhile,
This
they can be
fucking hypocrite. That's exactly what she did.
content creators. There's a lot of content creators on this platform that are getting governmental benefits while hiding the benefits that their paycheck that they're getting from these very platforms. And I find that appalling and disgusting. That's fraud. That's fraud. And I want the
like you did, Betty, till you got caught. Okay, Betty.
Fraud to stop, because the fraud, waste, and abuse is what's killing this country. And it's making it to the point where people like me don't even care to give it to the people that are disadvantaged because there's so much fraud that we just rather cut the program altogether because we can't weed out the fraud.
Wow.
So people are doing themselves a disservice by continuing to do fraudulent stuff, because at the end of the day, the American people are just going to get fed up and just start funding these programs. And then the real people that these programs are for are not going to be able to get them. And that's because of the fraudsters. I find it all just awful. High school dropouts acting like she knows that she's what she's talking. Are you talking about me being a dropout?
You're serious. You are so serious. Betty, you were one of those people. Fraudster.
Because I'm a college educated person. Like I've got.
My God, you got a certificate from an unaccredited school. You're not college educated, Betty.
Used to work for attorneys.
Yeah, did, Betty. You worked for what, 10 months, 11 months? At a fraudulent mortgage scam business. Oh my God.
What are you talking about?
You're a liar.
And another thing is, we don't come over.
Why do you inflate your life? Why do you why does it got to be more than what it was? You're that miserable and unhappy in your own life and with your own accomplishments. So you make them more than what they really are.
This is what you get when you do your research. Who's doing the research on Facebook? Do you know who I am? Clearly you have no idea. I'm Bullhorn Betty. Okay, I've got a college education.
Oh my God. No. You know who I am. I'm Bullhorn Betty. I have me a certificate from an unaccredited school, but I never worked as a paralegal because, it was an unaccredited school and I don't comprehend the law. I just read it. But I'm Bullhorn Betty. You know who I am? I have Facebook.
I do this for a living all over the country. Don't let the little number on this.
You do not go all over the country. You went to a handful of states, Betty. You don't go all over the country. Why do you inflate your life? I've never seen anybody over exaggerate so much about what they do. You're truly an unhappy soul.
Channel fool you, and don't let me fool you. Because let me tell you something, boo-boo. We don't deal with people being rude over here. There you go. No. You want to come over here and talk shit?
Oh
do it on somebody else.
She's so pissed over a comment. She blocked the dude. Boo-boo. Oh, wow. And this was in the middle of the night because she couldn't sleep.
Else's channel. You want to come over here to have a respectable conversation, you can do it. And trust me, once you're blocked, you'll never be unblocked. So now you can sit over there in silence. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty channel, right side broadcasting, or not right side, right move broadcasting. There you go. It's my new channel.
She did. They did. You're right about that words.
And while I may not have any mods in here now, I don't need it because it's so small. I got 6 viewers on this channel. 6 viewers.
She had
okay.
6 people in there and she kicked one out. You can't make this shit up. Oh my God.
Hey, Pumpkin. Don't let your hate hate
He is
you,
ignorant.
okay? Or eat you up at night. I pray for you. Get God. Get
Oh,
God.
honey,
Good.
you exude hate. Are you kidding me? Hate consumes you. Betty, your own family members don't like you.
Morning, Jeff. It's nice to see you. Hopefully you're not going to be another one that wants to come over here and be rude, because I really don't want to be blocking everybody. It's our first show on the channel. It's our first real right move broadcasting show on the first channel, and we're supporting the cuts. We want Congress to go without as well. We don't just want it to be our museums and those.
That's not how it works. You know it, and I know it. They're going to be fine. It's everybody underneath that's not.
Types of things. I don't think they're going to go right to, the benefits like food stamps and stuff like that. They know how important it is to people. I don't think Trump's going to do that. But what I do believe is he's going to take an opportunity to make a move to pull people, right? I think he's going to make a move to fire people and to do away with some of the other programs we don't want if he can. So anyways, that's it. It sounds like I got mail at the door. Dog's going crazy. We'll come back here for show 2. I don't know what to expect, but I'd like not to have to set the people on here, subscribers and stuff. I'd like it to be open, but I'm not going to have people be rude in the chat. I'm not built like that. I'll cuss people out, and then our whole show will be filled with cuss words. So anyways, I'll see you guys soon. Rock it out with your coffee beans out, and we will be back. Beautiful people.
She really thinks she's all that important. Oh my God. That is too fucking much. That is too fucking much. I'm Bullhorn Betty. I have Facebook. I got me a certificate from an unaccredited school. I've never been able to work as a paralegal because it ain't really, wasn't credible. But I'm college educated. I am Bullhorn. She said, I got Facebook. I can't. Oh my Lord, what is wrong with her? Oh boy. And then she only had 6 people in and she kicked one out. You can't make this shit up. You can't. Wow, you want to talk about ego? Holy cow. I am so ready for Toasty to play that live that she was gonna put with. Okay, where did it go? Maybe it's on Toasty's channel. Wait a minute. I know I've seen it. There's Burnt Toast. Oh, what happened to those? Okay. Where did it go? What happened to the post? Wait a minute. Yeah, and who's saying that it's illegal to read that deposition? It is not illegal. Okay, I found it. Yeah, it's not illegal you can FOIA it. You can FOIA the whole record. Okay. You know how Betty said she won. And it was because Queen wanted to settle, and she knew she was going to win, but she wanted to show grace because of Charlie Kirk. She's using him as, no, it was because of her deposition. Yesterday, a judge signed a settlement agreement in the case. However, the same conclusion would have happened if they had gone to trial. Only it would have cost Queen another 30 to 50K and tacked on another 8 to 10 months. Here's why. Betty initiated the settlement and asked for the case to be over and Queen be accepted. And I believe that. Betty lost every single one of her counts with a dismissed with prejudice from the judge, meaning Betty will never again be able to sue Queen Bee for those counts. There were 6 counts and dozens of other claims within her complaint, and all were dismissed with prejudice. Betty gets nothing she asked for in her complaint. She gets no money. She doesn't get to stop Queen Bee from talking about or reviewing her. And she doesn't get to make Queen Bee delete anything from her social media platforms. Betty originally was asking for $250,000 to $350,000. Depending on which version of her complaint you read through, there were multiple ones, and we reviewed some of them over here. Wanted to stop Queen from speaking about her and to delete all streams where she is reviewed. Betty gets none of this. The only thing Queen conceded on was the counterclaim, which is no longer needed because Betty admitted to defaming Queen Bee in the deposition. Told ya. As well as admitting all of her claims against Queen Bee were lies. As far as the deposition, some are confused thinking it was Queen Bee who was deposed. It was Betty who was deposed. It is Betty's that I will be reading this week. And there's no different parts to the deposition. It's a deposition. After her deposition in July of this year, it was time for Betty to depose Queen Bee, but Betty wouldn't set one up. And we know that because of documents with the court. Betty wasn't complying with anything. This is probably because she doesn't have the 7 to 10K to pay for that, plus the thousands she would have needed to hire an attorney to do the deposition. I was right about that. What the hell kind of animal is that? Is that a pig? I think that's a wild pig. Yeah, it is. Running through my yard. Oh, okay. And no, I don't live in the country, but it's Florida. You have gators and wild pigs and yeah. Basically, she was fine. You have to have an attorney to do the deposition. I knew that. I told you guys that. I knew that. Basically, she was fine making Queen Bee and her supporters pay thousands of dollars over the past 2.5 years. But the second it was her turn to have to pay a lot of money, she was wanting to settle. I think Betty realized that after she admitted to everything in her deposition, the case was over. Going to trial would end with the same conclusion and would only drag this out for another 8 to 10 months. She wanted to move on from the court stuff, as she mentioned in her live streams, and wanted this to be over. It's because she got so many other court actions going on. Oftentimes in settlements, it's a wash. But in this case, Betty lost everything that she was asking for in her case. And she did. Betty got nothing. She didn't even get a video deleted. Nothing. Queen got what she wanted. She wanted it dismissed with prejudice. She got that. She knew she wasn't going to get no money from Betty. You can't get money. Betty don't have no money. You can't get blood from a stone. Also, with the deposition transcript, there is proof that Betty started this lawsuit on lies and knew this whole time she was lying. This, in my opinion, is why she asked to settle, even if she did have the money to pay for her part in the case, but she didn't. She didn't want to go through a humiliating trial where even more of her lies and personal life would be exposed. If I was her, I would have settled too. Plus, she gets nothing and her case is dismissed with prejudice, the same as if it had gone to trial. Lies are bad, okay? I'll see everyone on Thursday for part 1 of the deposition. I'll be there. But that's pretty much what I had summed it up. Betty knew after the deposition, hey Rhonda, that it was a wash. I'd already heard about some of the things in the deposition. I just didn't talk about it because it wasn't my place yet. I was waiting for them to put it out. It's not my case, it's Queen's. And, I knew that she got caught up. I knew that. I knew about her antics and her crying. Yeah. Betty's an idiot. But it's okay if the government stays shut down. Betty said it's okay. It's a good thing. Oh, she's going to be live Friday too? I didn't know that. I'll have to record it because they're having a matinee special for Friday night. And the kids want to see that movie so bad. And I think it's only like $6 a person to get in. So I think I'm going to take them. It just sucks I have to take an Uber. But it's not that far from where I live. So it won't be that expensive. God, I cannot wait to get a car. It can't happen soon enough. It sucked letting go of that vehicle. It did, but I didn't have a choice. My husband's employer made sure of that. They sure did. I'll get another car. Yeah. I hope they all rot now. I hope they have nightmares like I do every night. I hope they wake up crying every night. But they don't. They have no problem sleeping good. Their car's sitting in their driveway. They can take their kids to the doctor or to school or to dance class or soccer practice. All that had to stop. And they sleep good. Summer girl, don't you do that. No, I didn't say that for that. You didn't have to do that. Oh my God. That's a lot. You didn't have to do that. I'm sorry. I didn't say it for that. Thank you. That is so generous of you. You didn't have to do that. People like Bullhorn make me sick. She doesn't get it, man. She just doesn't get it. 7 weeks? And she doesn't care if the government shut down even longer. Oh, thank you, Summer Girl. That was very generous of you. Thank you. Oh, I can't wait to listen to the deposition. I'm not gonna lie, I can't wait. I could read Betty. I've been reviewing Betty since I started my channel. I knew just by Betty's actions after the deposition, how she reacted during her live. I knew it didn't go good. And just like when Betty was saying it was a big win because they had to do discovery, they should have to do discovery anyway. It's part of a lawsuit. Everybody got to do it. Like it or not, you got to do it. She just was dragging it out as long as she could. She knew she was at the end. She knew she was at the end. What the hell? Is that a frog? They get on this roof, and sometimes they're loud. It freaks me out. I probably shouldn't be sitting out here so late. But, oh well. I don't know what that is. It's freaking me out, though. I just heard it again. Can't be not my dog's laying there. He'd be freaking out. Oh, thank you, Lord. People care for you. I'm sorry. It's fine. It's no one's fault but theirs. You know, I could be a cold-hearted bitch, and I could really go after them, but that's not what I want. I just want what was his, what he earned, what he paid into for all those years, what he worked for. That's all. It's crazy. It could be, yeah, especially if they got babies. Used to chaperone the band for competition trips. Oh boy. I did flags. I did cheerleading. I did flags. I did guns one year, but I didn't really like them. I liked the flags. I could still twirl a flag. But you know, that was a long time ago. They used different little stuff. Now they don't use the same big ass shit we had to use and lug around. Then one year I got real cocky and thought, I'm going to play the cello this year. Yeah, that bitch was hard to lug home. I had to walk up the hill to go home. That was crazy. The cello was bigger than I was. I went back to the flute and the violin. I gave up the cello after a year. Oh, Patricia, it's good to see you. Thank you for gifting memberships. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 5 memberships. Welcome to Poolside. We got more misfits. Sunshower got one. Just Tracy got one. Mr. Pineapple. All right. Welcome, guys. Sometimes these lizards and frogs can make noise. It drives me nuts. And the frogs and toads were out hot and heavy tonight after. We didn't get no rain today, though, but we've had a lot of rain, and we got rain coming the next few days. Yeah, we're going to go see Bad Guys 2. It's that funny animal movie. Yeah, we're going to go see that. And they have I'm thinking I think they're having a double matinee, which then it's only like, it's not really, I was floored at how cheap it is. But The other movie's Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie. And me and my daughter used to watch that show. It's one of the shows I watched with her. She loved that show. So, but I want to see the Tough Guys. Clean, animated, fun family movie. I was just surprised that they're doing it on a Friday night, but it's cool that they are. Oh, wow. She plays in the college band. That's awesome. Marcy, you do a lot for you. I know you do a lot for the band. I'm sure they appreciate the heck out of you. And you're always going. You never miss. You always go. I did too. I hear you. My son had a game or something. It didn't matter if I had to go in uniform, if I had to leave, was coming out of work to go. I made sure I was there. Movies were a favorite pastime in our family. My son ended up being a film major. That's awesome. God bless you for being a chaperone, huh? My my daughter had her way. She'd be in everything. She'd be in everything, but she doesn't understand. You can't do it all. You you just can't. She wants to do gymnastics, dance, the swim team, cheer. I'm like, yeah, well, let's not say we did. Let's pick you. She's been doing dance since she was 4, so she loves her dance. She misses it. Um, but Dallas, he wants to do soccer. There's a soccer camp going on. He wants to come up. He wants to do it. I'm like, okay. Hey, Biobo. Oh, that's right. You got gifted earlier. Yeah, they need to be. They need to know. They need to believe in themselves, and they need to know how to take care of themselves. That's very important in the world we live in today. It's a whole different ball game raising kids now than when I raised my son. It's a whole different ball game. He was a cheerleader coach for high school. Oh, that's cool. You got to be on the bus with your boys. Oh, we followed the buses everywhere. If it wasn't a hockey game, it was a football game. And then him and his friends, they had decided they wanted to let her in every sport their senior year. So they did. They played every sport and they let her in every sport. I was like, ooh. My head was. Anyway, talk to the dance schools around your area. Sometimes there's. No, it's not that. It's just I don't have a car right now. So it's just hard getting there right now. You only have this year and next year to watch her in band, and then something happens and she has to repeat something. We will be there at every game. I hear you. I did too. And I brought my younger kids with me, and high school kids loved it. Oh, my little boy hated it. He hates having to go to the dance studio. And said, it's boring. But once he realized he could take his tablet, yeah, he was okay. Or I'd give him my phone. because she's still young, so they prefer the parent to be there for dance class. And sometimes they'd open up the curtain and we could see through the glass. We could see through the window to see what they were doing. Excuse me. Your son's fiance graduates in December with her bachelor's. Congratulations. While still going to law school. Wow. Aw, that's amazing how supportive you're being. That's awesome. I don't believe I'm getting ready to do the teenage years all over again. I've got to be crazy. Not once, but twice. But I have a few years with him yet. He's only 7. She's 10 going on 20. Yeah, I will. I'm going to. I do. Thank you, Patricia. It's good to see you. There's a lot of things I gotta, work out. I'm working on things as I can. My whole world changed in minutes. And I spent 45 years with them. I was a kid. I'd never lived alone, except, when he was in the military and, wasn't stationed close by, which was most of it, 95% of it. But we were young, you know. I don't know, he went into the military after he went to Penn State for the year, and he wasn't into it. He didn't want to play hockey anymore, so he went into the military. But that was back in, we were out of high school, we were young. I said I've lived with him since I was 19. I'm 62. It's definitely different. Shouldn't have happened so soon. I still should have. I still should have time. I've got to be fixed because my neighbor's tree lights just came on. So there's something triggering them. It's either that or deer. Them wild boar, though, they'll attack your ass, especially if they got babies with them. We bought both kids groceries this past weekend. When we saw them, we also took them. Oh, you're an amazing mom and support. For your EMS education, yeah. Yeah, my husband was a true Penn Stater, a true Penn State fan. I haven't, it sucks. Oh, all right, but I don't know. I think it's just harder because of everything I'm going through. On top of that, and Betty, you know what? The government shutdown, yeah, they're still going to mail out or direct deposit for now, people, Social Security and disability. But guess what? For the people that had appointments, like me, who need it, my husband died, I won't have my appointment, Betty. It took me over a month to get that appointment, and now I won't have it. But you think it's a good thing. You're an asshole. You're a true asshole. She has no comprehension at all for somebody who claims to be such a big political activist and all this other shit. She truly has no real comprehension. Patricia, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to upset anybody. Last Wednesday, I didn't come live because I had to do what I did today. And it probably wasn't a good day to go live, but I didn't go live yesterday. So. I lost her spouse 2 years ago, and her daughter is 11 now, living alone. It's hard on her, but we help her. Oh, summer girl. Thank God she has you. It's just me and the kids. We have each other. I'm so glad that she has you, and you have her. No, she has no empathy. She has no idea. She doesn't care. It doesn't affect her. Okay, Patricia. My daughter was in 2 accidents this summer, so my pamgram says. For maintenance section still allow you to drive. We cannot buy you another car. I hear you. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta cancel my auto insurance. I never canceled it. Thank you for bringing up the car thing, because I totally forgot. You saying about accidents made me think of car insurance. I gotta call and cancel it. I don't want insurance on a vehicle I no longer have. Where they take the next payment out, you know? I gotta call. Make a note of that so I don't forget to do that tomorrow. God, I'm scatterbrain anymore. Cancel Progressive. There's no reason to have it till I get a vehicle, so I'm not gonna pay for nothing. Betty don't. Betty, but you can bet if it affected Betty, it'd be a whole different ballgame. What's the matter, Sir Duke? What's you mowing for? Huh? What's you mowing for? What? Well, you slept through Bullscorn. Oh, I know. Can you guys hear him talking? What? Let me turn this up. You can hear him talking. Listen to him. He talks to me. What you want, Dukes? What you want, Dukes? Now you're gonna quit mowing because I turned the mic up? Why? Here, talk to everybody. Talk to him. Say hi. No, don't rub the mic. Talk to him. He's giving you guys kisses. You gonna mow? You quit mowing. But he was giving you guys kisses. He was rubbing the mic. You're supposed to stimulate your kid from these bandgrams. I think ours does just that. She might not hear it, but I will record it. That would be funny. That would be, yeah. Earl Starter moved out and made me a great grandma 3 weeks ago. Oh, I'm sure. That's great. Congratulations, great grandma. That's amazing. Oh, I love babies. Like Betty, I hate her. Me too. I really dislike her. Sir Dookie usually doesn't sleep when she's on. He usually bothers the hell out of me when I'm reviewing her and he hears that cackle. But he slept tonight. He don't like the treats, that's why. And I did stop at the store today on the way home. Thankful a friend was able to take me today. But I forgot to grab him a different bag of treats. I grabbed the green bag. I should know better. Yeah. He's so spoiled. She doesn't think about anyone or anyone else. No, she doesn't.